Now to join the conversation, Mieke Eoyang, director of Third Way's National Security Program, also former staff member of the House Permanent Select Committee on Intelligence. Mieke, thanks for being on.
Thanks for having me.
We talk about impeachment, right? The possibility of this. House Democrats are talking about this more and more, given that in the view of some, this Ukraine revelation here seems to have changed the game. Friend of this show, Jake Sherman, tweeted something interesting. He said, this is so unique because right now everybody seems to agree on the basic facts that the president asked the leader of Ukraine to dig on his political opponent. The question is, do Democrats think that requires impeachment? So you've been in the inner workings of the Hill on some of these committees. Do you think this moves the needle?
I think that this is a significantly different allegation against the president than what we've seen before. This involves conduct while he's in office. It involves allegations that he is using the foreign policy of the United States and the tools that it has with other countries for his own personal political advantage. It shows yet again that he's interested in using the justice system not as an independent enforcer of rule of law, but to bend to target his political opponents. This is really fundamentally different than other things that we've seen. Now, this is similar to the allegations in 2016 of him asking the Russians to commit an electronic burglary of the DNC and Hillary Clinton's emails, but he wasn't president then. This goes to conduct as the president, and that's what impeachment is for. Now, for those people who are rushing to remove him from office, Congress still has to get the evidence first, and this whistleblower complaint is a big part of that.
Let me talk to you about this exchange that I found really interesting between one of the president's top cabinet members, Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin, and Jake Tapper over on CNN over the weekend, laying bare some of the issues sort of underlying all this. Watch.
What I do find is inappropriate is the fact that Vice President Biden at the time's son did very significant business dealings in Ukraine.
I don't understand. So it's okay for Donald Trump Jr. and Eric Trump to do business all over the world. It's okay for Ivanka Trump to have copyrights approved all over the world.
I think there's a significant difference in what you're saying, okay, or what I was saying between Biden and his son's relationship with the Ukraine oligarch and potential business dealings that the Trump organization has had, which predated his presidency.
Do you think that's a reasonable argument, Mieke, the idea that the Treasury Secretary is saying you got to look into kids' dealings overseas when the president's kids are dealing overseas?
Yeah, I think he's right that there's a significant difference, and the difference in magnitude is not to the Trump family's benefit. Look, it's true in the 2016 election there was a detente where it was sort of like, let's not talk about everybody else's kids. That's been a long-standing norm in American politics, that you leave the families out of it. But given the way that this president has brought his children into the White House while still allowing them to conduct business, that he is using the coffers of the Defense Department to line the pockets of businesses to his personal advantage, we are talking about something very different here, and those who live in glass high-rises shouldn't throw stones.
We'll have to leave it there. Mieke Eoyang, thank you very much for being on with us. I appreciate it.